All right. Hello, everyone, and now welcome to a game between Lin Guagua and Sock. This game taking place here on Twisted Meadows 1.1. Lin Guagua spawning as the orange orc player on the bottom right-hand side of the map. Meanwhile, Sock spawning as the purple human on the top left. Human versus orc in a 1v1 matchup should be great, should be entertaining. And well, we'll see what is in store for us today as I speed things up to 4x speed just to get to the more crucial moments of this match. Now, a quick thing to note, if the Orc player had actually spawned off to the north, that Blade Master trick to try and trap that Stone Golem could have been used. So things to keep track of, things to be aware in terms of spawning locations and what hero you think you could be going up against. We are looking at Farseer Grunts, quick tech to tier 2, and may be going into a war mill after to try and build up headhunters. Oh, wow, yeah, allergies, respiratory things going around Orange County, so we're trying to just take care of that as we're looking at the Farseer quickly making its way out across the map here to perhaps try and put some pressure with those Spirit Wolves. Rock Golem already getting surrounded by a bunch of militia here. There's resummoning of the Spirit Wolves, or was that an abolished magic? Not quite sure what happened there as damage is already racking up. Archmage looking to get to level 2, does get to level 2 and picks up a Scroll of the Beast. Force Troll Shadow Priest now trying to retreat back here. Archmage sitting at level 2, trying to clean up the remainder of this creep camp here, get some experience and deny it from the Farseer, as we're looking at some Forest Troll Shadow Priest abolishing magic onto one Spirit Wolf already. One peasant will finally get taken down. Experience on the board for the Farseer. It looks like 2 peasants, 3 peasants now taken out. Up to 75 experience as more damage is still being dealt out. Sock being forced to retrain up some of those peasants will delay that tech to tier 2. Meanwhile, Lin Guagua tech to tier 2 already halfway there, and we could be looking at a little bit of a disparity in terms of the overall tech gameplay. There are a lot of peasants currently on lumber right now, sitting at 13 compared to only 8 workers coming in for Lin Guagua. That is actually a very, very low number. That means, 12 versus 14. I was looking at the army size. Yeah, this new positioning getting me into a little bit of trouble on where even things are on my monitor, where I'm situated. This is just casting, so I can't imagine how particular I would be if I had to actually try to go to a LAN event and play a game, as the Archmage now wandering back around here. Farseer is sitting at level 1. He did get those 3 kills. He does now have a Forest Troll Shadow Priest, which will help him heal up, but he needs to come into that control group and heal up the Farseer and try to abolish magic those water elementals. Coming back around, Sock is trying to expand as he brings over a bunch of militia and now heading off to that 12 o'clock position. Lin Guagua knows what's up already and now trying to bring in the pressure and the pain, knowing that his army overall is rather too small, and all he can really hope to do is try and engage and throw Sock off of his game, punish him for this aggressive expansion. Level 3 now already on the Archmage, so hero level advantage very big for Sock. Army size is also larger for Sock as the grunts are getting pushed back because of those water elementals. All right, as the abolished magic's going to make their way over, there is an abolished magic there trying to get that Farseer up to level 2 of Forest Troll Shadow Priest, now trying to retreat back, getting crossed up by a sheep, and the Archmage may be able to get in that final shot off. No, doesn't, as a grunt gets himself into harm's way. Back off to the north here, Farseer down to 29 hit points. He's going to be forced to retreat. Forest Troll Shadow Priest trying to run for the hills, trying to stay alive. May not be able to do exactly that. There's a little bit of a heal as the Forest Wolves now go into a little bit of a single file line. Tauren Chieftain now making its presence known as well. Going to be heading out into the battlefield. We can look at a little bit of damage here. How much damage can be done? The Wolves are still trying to chase after that Forest Troll Shadow Priest. 1 more shot, 2 more shots are going to be needed. The Forest Troll Shadow Priest is getting in a little bit of heals, but nope, that final hit right there is enough. Archmage losing that Forest Troll Shadow Priest, going to try and hire up another one from the mercenary camp, as Sock is still at tier 1 and doesn't have the option to try and train up a priest as of yet. Coming back on the other side of the map, Tauren Chieftain, Farseer, both sitting at level 1, Tauren Chieftain bringing in a cornucopia, plethora of gifts in clarity potions and healing salves as he attempts to go after this rock golem creep camp. Archmage, however, now returning the favor, putting in pressure while the Tauren Chieftain himself is trying to do a bit of creeping. Guagua does hire up a Forest Troll Berserker, trying to absorb some of that, trying to dish out some of that damage as the Tauren Chieftain does finish off that Rock Golem. Farseer could be in trouble, down to 36 hit points, down to 12, ends up surviving. Scroll of Town Portal in order to get away as the Tauren Chieftain used a Scroll of Speed to catch up to that Forest Troll Shadow Priest. Archmage now making its way back down here, looking to put in more pressure. Archmage could be dropping in some water elementals. Excuse me, dropping in some water elementals as the Orc Burrows do not have the reinforced defenses as of yet. Scroll of the Beast now being used in order to clean up some of these, add in more damage to clean up these Orc Burrows here. More Orc Burrows, however, Peons jumping on inside. Peons trying to repair massively. That is a lot of Peons looking to repair right there as footman after footman is getting taken down. Reinforced defenses near or halfway done, and with all of the Peons working, and some of the Peons actually in those Orc Burrows able to reflect back this attack. Ensnare, and we see the tech advantage of Lin Guagua really stopping this attack short. 33 supply compared to 38 as the Scroll of Town Portal whisks everyone back home. We're getting up an Arcane Vault, tech to tier 2, about 60% done. A blacksmith will need to be added as well somewhere here. Meanwhile, the Tauren Chieftain looking to do a bit of creeping, clearing out this Ogre Magi creep camp. Farseer sitting at level 2. Tauren Chieftain will get to level 2 as well as he picks up a potion of greater healing. That will be extremely helpful later on as we do not see a tech to tier 3. Instead, building up those orcs by getting pillage, allowing grunts, peons, and raiders to attack and get a little bit of gold from their opponent. Forest Troll Shadow Priest quickly getting ensnared, but at that point, that ensnare means one less auto attack, which actually means a little bit less damage to try and heal up. Archmage running out across the map, hiring up some more mercenaries as he did have a good amount of gold off of this expansion here, sitting at 46 over 60 supply. Archmage looking to get to level 4, perhaps clearing after this Forest Troll Warlord creep camp. Footmen do not have defend, but that may be something that he may want to try and consider a little bit if there are going to be headhunters in the future. Coming back through though, Archmage gonna get to level 4 right here. Level 2 Brilliance Aura to help out that Forest Troll Shadow Priest and that Mud Golem, both of it who have mana, as we see a Sobi Mask now dropped for that Archmage. Even more mana regeneration as Water Elementals could just be constantly dropped out. Tauren Chieftain now sitting at level 3. Farseer still sitting at level 2. Both sides staying close, Farseer staying close to his expansion, hoping to be able to, hold on to it long enough. All right, Archmage now going after the Voodoo Lounge here, attempting to take it down, but some of that damage is going to be reflected back. You can see each attack actually dealing 7 damage right there as we see a bit of slow now going down onto the Raiders. Raiders going to be throwing down a couple of those ensnares as well, saying, I too can make you stand in place and move, move very slowly, as in not at all, as a shockwave rips through the Archmage there. Archmage being forced to use a Scroll of Town Portal to head back away, and all of them will head back off to this expansion post off to the north as Sok now transitioning into a blacksmith, getting in arcane, transitioning into spellbreakers and getting that control magic for those spellbreakers. A little bit of range damage will work out. Stormbolt straight up onto those Forest Troll High Priest. That is going to get cleaned up pretty quickly as the Mountain King is going to quickly get to level 2. Farseer is still sitting at level 2 himself as he's going to try to charge out across the field. Twisted Meadows, a very, very large map with plenty of creep camps. Hence, you generally see very large hero-level battles, as when you're away from your opponent, you can easily get up to level 3 and even level 4 just by creeping out the critical portions of the map. Raider now going to go into a hit-and-run tactic on this keep here, get a little bit of damage. Get a little bit of damage on those units as they now look to fall back once more. Archmage at 4, Mountain King at 2, compared to a level 2 Farseer and a level 3 Tauren Chieftain with Shockwave over Stomp. Stormbolt finding the back of that Forest Troll, stunning him long enough to get easily cleaned up. Meanwhile, Farseer, Tauren Chieftain, still clearing out some of these creep camps off on the side of the map, as well the Mountain King of Sok and really wants to get to level 3, but may not be able to get there easily. Archmage looking to pick up perhaps some more scrolls of healing or a potion of lesser invulnerability as he's about to make his rounds out. Farseer sitting at 3943 supply, sitting on one base, going up against 63. Sok with an amazing army size advantage due to the economic advantage, and should be able to shut down this watchtower as long as, no mistakes are made. Ensnare onto a Spellbreaker, however, going to be able to stay alive as the Scroll of Town Portal quickly retreats back all of these units. No, take it back. Stormbolt finding on that Raider instead. All right, give me a moment. All right, getting back into the game here. Archmage, Forest Troll, Shadow Priest, Spellbreakers, Forest Troll, Berserkers wandering off to the north here. As we see a Goblin Zeppelin going to go ahead and drop a Goblin Shredder straight into the base, causing a bit of harassment, and now moving back out, but did do a bit of scouting, and this is all to buy time for Lin Guagua. Lin Guagua knows that he needs to catch up on the hero experience. Getting up to level 3 on that Farseer, it would be, absolutely what he needs in order to pull out a bit ahead even further. Economically, he has caught up, but he is still behind overall in terms of army size. He is getting ahead economically as he is currently in low upkeep, allowing himself to build up a larger army as he's collecting more gold. 71 supply, however, for Sok, and that army size, and that army, once it gets to 80, you know that Sok is going to try and pressure with that army and exchange units with his opponent, since he does have an army size advantage. Coming back down to the south side here, Lin Guagua is just doing a great job with his hit and run tactics, constantly being able to, clear out the major creeps at the creep camps and then pick up powerful items. Tauren Chieftain with +9 strength, already at 1100 hit points, as the Tauren Chieftain goes ahead, rolls over a shockwave across multiple units, and now may need it again. Level 2 Chain Lightning over level 2 Farseer, as we see another shockwave rip through some of those peasants there. All right, a little bit of repair is getting underway. Chain Lightning bouncing back around. Tauren Chieftain wants to get down another shockwave, and that pendant of energy really worth its weight right there, taking down pretty much every peasant that was on that gold mine. Tauren Chieftain now running out of gold, going to go ahead and do a hit and run tactic, Scroll of Speed in order to get away. Mountain King does have Bloodlust, finds a Stormbolt onto a Raider who had already jumped inside the Zeppelin. Beautiful save right there once more, as Sok now taking a play out of Moon's playbook on Twisted Meadows, which is to expand everywhere he possibly can. All right, this is easily going to get cleaned up, though, as the Tauren Chieftain is in position. Farseer does have a Scroll of Town Portal, so is going to force the cancellation here of all of these towers, and then perhaps teleport away. One peasant already down. There is a thunderclap there. Raiders units trying to retreat back. 44 supply compared to 65, as Lin Guagua is building up a 1,600 gold bank and still trying to, figure out how to win this game in the long run here. All right, 1,800 gold bank, and that is continuing to grow further and further as he is purposely staying well out of low upkeeps. Currently sitting at 40 supply over 62, and now spending some gold at the shop and allowing himself, that Tauren Chieftain, to do a little bit more hit and run tactics. That pendant of energy most likely going to be transferred to that Tauren Chieftain after he uses a potion of mana, and once that happens, that Tauren Chieftain should have at least 3 shockwaves in the or 3 bullets in the chamber, so to speak, to try and launch towards these peasants again. 3,500 gold compared to 3,400 gold, not that much of a difference overall, as the Farseer dodges the Stormbolt and it finds that Raider. Raider gonna try and get away. There's a quick ensnare. Mountain King, does he have enough for a Stormbolt? No, he does not. Raider able to escape away at 310 hit points. Flying machines quickly, easily getting taken out. Meanwhile, Spirit Wolves going after the Goblin Shredder here. Grunt going to go ahead and drop into position, go after this Arcane Tower. As we're looking at the Mountain King, looking to find more Rock Golem creep camps to clear out and perhaps get some good items. All right, Archmage of Sock now going after this Forest Troll Warlord creep camp. Mountain King with a large amount of health, 1175 because of that gem of health, as that Mountain King now looks to teleport away and, well, try and save the expansion. Damage is getting added up. Tauren Chieftain still has plenty of mana, as the Farseer is still racking up a little bit of damage. Well, there goes another bit of damage there, as the both sides could engage once more. Are we going to perhaps see some ensnares? There goes a Shockwave again, going after peasant after peasant, as the Tauren Chieftain finishes off another unit again. All right, Tauren Chieftain did use a potion of mana already. Didn't get the Pendant of Energy to get another bullet in the chamber, but we are going to be looking at a Scroll of Town Portal to head away. Lin Guagua purposely staying in no upkeep throughout this time and has perhaps mined more gold than his opponent after you account for the income upkeep. 2,400 gold left here compared to 2,400, both sides getting disrupted for just a bit, as a Sock sitting at 64 supply compared to 47. All right. Orc players often try and use a lot of their gold on items, and that may be another strategy that we see again here. Items are very useful in that they have an immediate impact on the battle when used in battle, but don't actually add towards your upkeep costs. So if you have 6 powerful consumable items across your 2 heroes, those are still very, very powerful here, as we see a tiny Great Hall now being set up. All right, Tauren Chieftain could have a little bit of a bad day. Great Hall could end up getting destroyed right here. Canceling does absolutely nothing. Shockwave now trying to rip through, as the Spellbreakers are starting to mass, and they're going to spell a problem for that Tauren Chieftain, whose Shockwave is going to be doing absolutely nothing to the front line. 47 supply compared to 63. Stormbolt finding the back of a Raider. A little bit more damage could be added. Mountain King trying to catch up. There is a slow follow-up. Stormbolt should be inbound here to finish things off. 1 or 2 more shots, and there it goes down. Farseer still sitting at level 3, nearly at level 4 now. Tauren Chieftain sitting at level 4. Farseer could try and transfer that Pendant of Energy after he uses 2 Chain Lightning. Spirit Wolves, Chain Lightning, then transfer that Pendant as quickly as possible, as the Tauren Chieftain goes ahead and rips through with another Shockwave. Raiders trying to take down the Arcane Vault here. 2,100 gold in the bank of Lin Guagua again. Meanwhile, his overall supply only sitting at 41 compared to 65. Somehow, some way, Sock has not been able to actually deal lasting damage to Lin Guagua, even though his army is twice the size of his opponent. With he's, well, not engaging the army straight up, constantly doing these hit and run tactics to just buy more time. More watchtowers being placed down here. We're looking at the Farseer Tauren Chieftain looking to keep their distance again. 69 supply compared to 44, as Sock has the larger army but is unsure of how to proceed. All right, coming back through. Flying machines keeping track off over here. Where are those flying machines going to be moving off to next? Going after the Tauren Chieftain. Going to go after a quick, easy unit there, as he was looking for a Shockwave, but because of those Arcane Towers, all of his mana was quickly drained away. New tiny Great Hall being picked up by the Tauren Chieftain. An expansion here at the 8 o'clock starting location is a direct possibility here, as we're still looking at a no upkeep Lin Guagua after all this time. Sock wants to do a straight up fight against Lin Guagua, but he's been unable to force one. And by not being able to force a straight up fight, he's not able to leverage his larger army size advantage. He's basically being forced to play this guerrilla warfare style, constant hit and run, where the larger, slower army is just simply unable to catch up. All right, Blizzard now raining down, destroying these watchtowers off to the north. 25 damage per wave against buildings, as all of those watchtowers are going to be at half-life. Another round of Blizzard, and those will get finished off here in just a moment. All right, last round of damage. There it goes. Archmage, ready to perhaps engage, does a reveal, spots that there is an expansion here, and with Blizzard, he's going to attempt to take them down and out again. Now remember, while you are upgrading a tower or building a tower, there is no armor on those buildings. All right, that Blizzard just a little bit outside of the range, unable to hit this watchtower here. Meanwhile, the Mountain King going to go ahead and teleport back home to try and save these bases off to the north. Stormbolt finding one of those Troll Bat Riders. Liquid Fire making retreats difficult, as we're going to be looking at more Troll Bat Riders still taking to the skies. All right, Troll Bat Riders may ends justify the means, perhaps try and take down these flying machines. No, we don't have that yet. Spellbreakers going after the Great Hall. 68 supply compared to 46, with 1,800 gold in the bank still for Lin Guagua after all this time. All right, new expansion being set down by Lin Guagua again. And, well, these hit and run tactics are just causing problems, as the Shockwave and the Chain Lightning of the Farseer are able to bounce through and eat through many of these peasants if, well, Sock isn't extremely careful. If these peasants are, well, standing next to each other, that damage, that Chain Lightning bounce does tear through multiple low hit point units very, very easily. Coming back through, Sock now making its way to the bottom left-hand side of the map, perhaps going to try and clear out this expansion, as this expansion off at the 2 o'clock starting location may end up being used. Tauren Chieftain trying to get a surround onto the Mountain King, but an inbound Scroll of Town Portal allowing Sock to save that Mountain King, and by forcing a Scroll of Town Portal by Lin Guagua. 32 supply army compared to 54. Still a sizable army size advantage. 22 supply difference, as the Spellbreakers are once more trying to find the proper position. All right, watchtowers here. They're going to get cleaned up. A new set of watchtowers here being built on the bottom left-hand side of the map again, as the majority of the creep camps in the center, save for this Goblin Laboratory and this gold mine, has already been cleared out. Multiple watchtowers poking through. Blizzard now raining down to take down these last couple of watchtowers here. 500 damage, easy pickings for these watchtowers, as they're about to get blown over as well. All right, another tiny Great Hall was completed. Farseer able to finish the job there. Mantle of Intelligence +3 intelligence on that Farseer. A little bit more additional damage in addition to higher mana capacity, now up to 580. Sock looking to go long-term and set up his third base finally, as the main gold mines have finally run out. This third base second gold mining operation now underway, as we're looking at the, well, Liquid Fire causing problems onto these guard towers again. Mountain King comes across, gets a Stormbolt off onto the Tauren Chieftain. Tauren Chieftain now losing quite a bit of mana because of that Arcane Tower. Throws down a Shockwave and finishes off the last 2 towers. Keep about to get taken down, and this is going to be a major setback here, as the Troll Bat Riders with their air siege attack able to deal significant damage against all of these buildings. Scroll of Town Portal taking away that Tauren Chieftain again, as the hit and run tactics continue. All right, losing that keep means not being able to build any more castle or keep based units. Also, no militia out on the battlefield until a new keep is set up. 46 supply compared to 70 over 90. Lin Guagua, well, has taken down the castle, but hasn't really slowed the mining anywhere, and now no longer has the reserves in reserve bank to try and dip into to catch back up in terms of army size even if he does trade efficiently. All right, Chain Lightning bouncing around across here. We're going to be looking at a 4 Troll Trapper about to get taken down, followed by a 4 Ogre Warrior. That should be easy pickings again. Mountain King sitting at level 4 will get to level 5 off of this Rock Golem Forest Troll Berserker Creep Camp. Now sitting at level 5, opting to go, well, not show what type of ability he wants at level 5 yet. Archmage, currently invisible, may rain down a blizzard across all of these peasants. And as the Archmage blizzards out these peasants, he could easily stop the mining operations here in just a moment. He does want to, well, try and stop any mining whatsoever so that Sok isn't able to build up his army. 46 supply compared to 800 as more and more gold still getting mined underway. Sok sitting at 76 over 90, still unsure of how to clean things up as the Archmage now simply teleports back home with the rest of this human army. Level 5 going up against a level 4.9 and level 5. There are footmen all across the map, it appears. Yeah, flying machines. Many easy ways to try and get some experience. These sentry wards, obviously not them, as the sentry wards don't give experience. Mountain King off to the north here. Off to the races. Double Sobi Mask, Kagar's Gem of Health, and also a Pendant of Energy. 415 mana capacity with, well, a very large amount of mana regeneration on that Mountain King, coupled with that Brilliance Aura, which adds a static amount. Going to be keeping a close eye on that Mountain King when he does, well, start to truly fight. Multiple Thunderclaps and multiple Stormbolts could be, well, a game-changing decision. All right, Mountain King going to go ahead and rush on through. Peasant's going to quickly try and repair. Shockwave from the Tauren Chieftain tries to blow over some of those arcane towers, but simply not working as well as it could have. Multiple watchtowers being placed down again. Spellbreakers, Mountain King, Priest making their way over, trying to clean up the watchtowers before they get up and operational. And it looks like that will be the sign again. Mountain King, well, gets one, going to take down a peon, perhaps finish off the remainder of these watchtowers here, as the watchtowers, well, are up and operational, and the Mountain King just trying to beat up on those peons, not allowing them to go inside that gold mine. All right, Tauren Chieftain Farsi are sitting at level 4, just shy of level 5. Mountain King sitting at level 5, looking pretty strong. Meanwhile, on the bottom left-hand side of the map, Sok once again using Blizzard to cause problems and not allow any serious mining to go on inside this base. More Blizzard raining down. That's going to be 25 damage per wave. And, well, that looks like 4 more waves, more Blizzard could be added in. There it is, peons trying to repair, but that should be enough damage here to take them down. Staff of Teleportation, no. Burrow needed 2 more waves, but still wanted to back away instead. Sok could easily set up an expansion over here on the bottom right side. Lin Guagua slowly building up his bank once more. Tauren Chieftain alongside those Bat Riders, and mass Bat Riders taking down buildings in this, well, in this base trade scenario. The Troll Bat Riders make it very difficult to, well, focus them down since they are air units. Add on top of that, that liquid fire, they're able to damage buildings and prevent you from being able to repair them, hence the problem. Archmage, Mountain King, Kagar's Gem of Health, 1,400 hit points on a level 5 Mountain King. Meanwhile, bottom right-hand side of the map, Scout Tower's about to be concluded, finished easily off here, as there goes that watchtower there. All right, Tauren Chieftain able to throw down 1 Shockwave. Troll Bat Rider show up to the party. Tauren Chieftain taking far too much damage from that arcane tower, as the Troll Bat Riders are now going to town on these guard towers here. Are we going to be able to finish off any additional guard towers? Wow, 1 arcane tower down to 15 hit points, and it will stay alive ever so barely. Coming on through. Army of Tauren Chieftain. Well, Tauren Chieftain still sitting at level 5 with 1,200 hit points. Very high strength. Has a potion of mana. Meanwhile, the Farseer did in fact get to level 5, and he now has level 3 Chain Lightning working alongside that level 3 Chain Shockwave. So Chain Wave, a definite possibility if it weren't for the sheer number of Spellbreakers in that frontline position. Tauren Chieftain quickly getting, well, targeted there. There's a Stormbolt. There's a follow-up bit of damage for the stun as the Farseer takes a Stormbolt as well, and we see some of his mana getting eaten away by those Spellbreakers. 44 supply compared to 74 with no clear winner so far. Troll Bat Riders going after the farms here. Meanwhile, we could be looking at Sock trying to close the door, trying to stop any mining here whatsoever, as he's going to be making a play straight at that peon line again. Meanwhile, down to the south here, Troll Bat Riders forcing a cancellation on the building as the Tauren Chieftain continuing to, well, poke its way through. Off to the north here, we're looking at Scroll of Town, or not Scroll of Town Portal, Archmage with the Scroll of Town Portal now raining down a blizzard across all of these peons. And while peasant after peasant after peasant now falling pretty easily as repairs are still underway. Scroll of Town Portal now coming back across here. It looks as that Orc Burrow will finish. There's that Staff of Teleportation, no stomp as that Archmage able to back away. Archmage, Spellbreakers, a couple of casters now working together here. Off to the north side here, a Troll Bat Rider taking down an Arcane Sanctum pretty much by itself. We're looking at 3 bases, 2 with gold mines, going up against 3 bases, 2 with gold mines, and as well. There are not that many production buildings left off over here. I don't even see a barracks anywhere. I don't see a barracks at all. The main buildings of Sock have been cleaned up, and now the production buildings are looking to be a bit lost as well. Spellbreakers clean up, well, 1 building off to the very, very front side here. We're still looking at dual bestiary, a spirit lodge, a barracks, a voodoo lounge, no Tauren totem yet. Tauren Chieftain now making its way through, going to find a shockwave across multiple units, going to take down all of these guard towers as quickly as possible here. There goes one, there goes the other, as the Mountain King actually gets stormbolted just a little bit. Shockwave rips on through. Scroll of Town Portal now trying to retreat back. Mountain King trying to stay alive. Will he be able to do exactly that? Yes, he does. Able to buy a little bit of distance and time from that Mountain King before that Stormbolt cooldown was ready. All right, Mountain King. Teleported back to. All right, Fly Machine attempting to go after a Troll Bat Rider. Fly Machine could easily just suicide here. Needs the suicide as the Fly Machine is not going to really be dealing that much damage to that Arcane Sanctum by his lonesome self. Farseer sitting at 5. Tauren Chieftain sitting at 5. Well, simply waiting for this next round of attacks as the Farseer and the Tauren Chieftain look to disrupt the mining economy of Sock off to the north. Tauren Chieftain now making its way back down to the south here. Second gold mine has already been mined out, so it is just the starting location gold mine and that far opposite gold mine, as well as both sides are still just doing hit and run tactics with each other. 70 supply compared to 49. Sock constantly with the larger army, but without the commanding lead that he would hope while in this situation. Coming back through, Tauren Chieftain summoning up some Spirit Wolves. He's going to be doing some scouting off to the north. Troll Bat Riders looking to finish things off. There is a ends justify the means, taking down one of those flying machines. This flying machine, however, still being extremely annoying and pestering, may take another in order to be shot down. The Bat Rider does deal siege damage, but the flying machines also deal bonus damage to lightly armored units. Stop a teleportation inbound. Farseer forced, well, use a chain lightning, use a shockwave, finish off some of those peasants. Farseer now looking to back away here. Arcane Tower going straight after the Tauren Chieftain, as the Tauren Chieftain doesn't have much mana left over. Didn't have the opportunity to shockwave down a priest, which would have given him level 6. Main base of Sok. Now all that is left of this great city is one arcane sanctum. Sok does not have a barracks anywhere to be seen. Has an arcane vault, a blacksmith, and what an arcane sanctum. Wait, what was that? An arcane sanctum. That's it. That's the only production building he has at this point in time in the game, an arcane sanctum. So that is the reason why he's funneling full on into Spellbreakers. Back here on the bottom right-hand side of the map, there are plenty of priests and spellbreakers trading off of that one arcane sanctum, as Lin Guagua finally takes the supply lead at the 37-minute mark of this game. Orc Burrow is going to get cleaned up here. Meanwhile, coming back across, Scroll of Town Portal inbound. And you can see all of the units are inbound here. Scroll of Town Portal being used now by the Farseer, as the Farseer are going to try and get that Mountain King out of a tight situation. $38 minutes into this game so far. Spellbreakers looking to clean up more of these barracks here. More Blizzard raining down, trying to rack up damage onto multiple buildings, but missing the corner of this Orc Burrow to take it down. But I'm sure a beautiful window view of that Blizzard just raining down right to the next of him. All right, more Blizzard raining down here. Going to take a little bit after a little bit wave as the Orc army looks to regroup itself and now push with, well, a transition into massed wyverns. All right. This is actually a brilliant play here. The Tauren Chieftain knows that his opponent does not have any barracks. So with no barracks, his opponent is only going to have water elementals and that Archmage to try and fight back effectively against those Wind Riders. Those Wind Riders, in addition, are going to be extremely powerful, as the Wind Riders have a poison, most likely in Venom Spears, and already deal 19 to 27 damage with an average attack speed. All right, going to get through, taking down more peons again. Archmage does seem to have a level 6 advantage, but, well, at that moment, anything can change as the Tauren Chieftain looks to finish off another Spellbreaker. Wind Rider now looking to retreat back. All right, Wind Rider about to get taken down. No, ends up taking back in order to get finished off. Tauren Chieftain places down a stomp. Quick, easy Scroll of Town Portal there, as the Wind Riders are looking to finish off some of those backline casters. Tauren Chieftain trying to lead the charge here, going after the Archmage. Archmage could be in trouble as all of the heroes are here. Farseer falls at level 5 though, so Lin Guagua perhaps overcommitted into taking down that Archmage, as the Archmage down to 99 hit points and still is somehow able to survive. Wind Rider is going to turn back around. Tauren Chieftain unable to do anything with that Archmage, as the Farseer now looks at, well, catch back up to that Archmage there. Potion of Lesser Invulnerability going to do its work and not allow the other army to really easily catch up in terms of distance. All right, Arcane Sanctum is off over here. That is it for that starting location. Arcane Vault, Guard Towers, Workshop, another Arcane Vault, and, well, more Watchtowers being constructed only to be destroyed minutes later. Tauren Chieftain is now sitting at level 7. Farseer has fallen at level 5, if you remember. And now the Wind Riders are trying to, well, really punish the opponent here. All right, Mountain King down to 700 hit points. In Venom Spears should be slowing him down a little bit, but that is ending up to be the game. Sock has left the game, meaning Lin Guagua is victorious. After being behind in terms of supply for a majority portion of the game, he's able to come back over the top. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.